Good morning everyone, welcome to a new market update, and today we're going to discuss how Ethereum is going to run towards 1 million per Ethereum. I'm kidding. We're going to discuss what the price of Ethereum can do, has to be updated, as one of the levels that I was watching for the next run to occur was already hit, as you can see on the chart above here. It's already 1100 bucks. And crypto is booming, social media is booming, everybody is interested in getting into crypto. Might be a short-term top for the markets in itself, but this overall momentum is great, and I think it will just continue through 2021. And that's why we're going to discuss Ethereum as a price prediction today on the Bitcoin pair and on the USD pair, long and short term. Before we're going to continue, do not forget to subscribe to my channel. Follow me on Instagram and check out my website in the description. We've got an educational platform where we teach you how to invest in these markets. I'm sharing all my trades and my strategy and way more. Just check it out. Then Ethereum. We can check the higher time frame first before we're going to look at the lower time frames. I think it's the other one. In which we can say, okay, we've got this chart for a while, and personally I was still waiting for this retest, which did not occur, as this wick here, as you can see, was the actual altcoin capitulation during that day, through which this was the low, and I did not get filled on Ethereum. I actually do have other altcoins, so either way, this 2x I've missed, but all the coins are running the same, so I don't care. But I said in a previous video that from this perspective, and if 760 was that temporary high, the next target zone is defined by Fibonacci, and that is around $1,000, which we have hit now, and we've hit this marker here, which is amazing. Now we can erase this one, and we can start looking at projections based on a further correction. So for instance, I've been sharing the levels to watch in the video yesterday on Monday about Ethereum on the lower time frame and the higher time frames. One of the areas was around $900, which we have bounced from. But if we check the higher time frames, we can see that 650, 750, basically this high here, 750 to 800 is a level, and then we still have that 900, 920 level. If either of these hold, you can actually start targeting the next impulse wave. So in that case, we're going to consolidate. We can use those Fibonacci levels as well, as there's confluence with them, with the levels that I just described. We can start consolidating for a little bit, create that higher low. As you can see, we are making higher highs, and now you want to see that higher low. I'm not expecting $500 to see again. That's a little bit destroying the construction that we have. But we still could see a nice consolidation period, in which that consolidation period will benefit other altcoins, as the rest is currently following through. Cardano, Polkadot, they are following through. But if we get such a correction towards, let's say, 760, the conservative targets can be done through this Fibonacci extension of that slight impulse wave. Then we have got targets at $1,400 and $1,800. That's the next run. But I think Ethereum is going to break the all-time high, and then you can start targeting through Fibonacci of the previous entire impulse wave. And then you can start targeting and say, okay, the low is at $300, the high is right now, we've hit that one at 1160. First target is $1,700, which is a new all-time high for Ethereum, and the next one is going to be 2,600, and that is not unlikely, given the fact that if you do some calculations and you're going to discuss and project where Bitcoin is going to run through 2021 in the next impulse wave, you can actually derive these same targets. So what we see on the Bitcoin chart for Ethereum is higher lows. We do see higher highs. As I've said in a video 2 days ago, we could be seeing some temporary consolidation before continuation, as we are on this higher time frame resistance zone and we refuse to break through it. So we could still see some sideways action, some corrections, some consolidation like we see in general before we continue to move. That is likely. And then you're going to look at 0.3, 0.28 possible entry zones. That's with this squiggly. However, the next impulse wave could bring us towards the same Fibonacci levels as we have described in the US dollar pair. So you're going to look at a new higher high. You might also use a trend line, and then you're going to target the trend towards the top of this trend. So you're going to look there. Whatever you want to use, as long as it's working for you, that's fine. What I'm looking at is a Fibonacci extension tool, and then I'm going to look at the next target zone confluent with horizontal levels. And given that we have these higher highs, higher lows, consolidation, next higher high could most likely bring us towards 0.6 and 0.8. And then you've got the question, where is Bitcoin going to be in that period? Most likely, if Bitcoin is going to consolidate and grind further upwards, in the less bullish case, Bitcoin is going to consolidate at 25 to 30k, 23 to 30k. 0.8 at 30k would bring Ethereum towards an area around 2,400 to 2,600 bucks, which is aligning with what we have been saying about the dollar pair for Ethereum at 2,600 as the next target zone for the next run. If Bitcoin is going to consolidate, or it starts to run a little bit more towards 50 to 60k, and Ethereum Bitcoin pair somehow manages to grind with Bitcoin, 0.56 would bring Ethereum towards 2,600 bucks if Bitcoin is 45 to 50k. So the Fibonacci extension levels are aligning with the dollar pairs if Bitcoin is going to consolidate. But the next impulse wave most likely will bring us towards that area that we have been describing at 2,600 bucks. And then the 2017 bubble is going to be small, just like the current equity markets are looking like a bubble, but the .com bubble is just tiny compared to the current one. Then smaller time frames for Ethereum. We do see that we have this massive acceleration. Is this currently an entry zone? Personally, it's not a swing short, it's not a swing long, it's only for day trading, scalping in this range. I've been sharing those levels in these gray boxes for potential entry zones for Ether. I think that after such an expansion, consolidation and sideways action is very likely to occur before we are going to continue. So I would definitely not enter at this point. However, we have seen that we are grinding up towards the resistance zone. 3 tests of resistance already. If there is a breaker above 1120, we most likely get another run towards 1200 to 1250 to take the liquidity. However, if this trend is lost and for instance we lose 1,070 bucks, we most likely fall through towards somewhere in the 900 range to find supports. And then we have that construction, then we are going to have that sideways action for a little bit, which is going to suit altcoins in general. So my prediction for this year for Ether is bullish, probably some short-term consolidation, and then the next impulse wave will bring us towards a new all-time high above 2.5k. See you on the next video. Don't forget to subscribe.